Alrighty then, g'day guys, and welcome! My name is Michael, and I am the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Curse of Strahd, our D&D 5th edition adventure, where we play with these wonderful and amazing people who are Patreons to the Dead Aussie Gamer channel, who get to come and join me and play a fun game during the week where we can all unwind, relax, and enjoy, and our players have nominated to play Curse of Strahd because they are gluttons for punishment, and I love horror. Joining me today, of course, are none other than Neil, playing the role of our chronomancing Goliath Vagag in search of his beloved missing students. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time it is. Neil?
Hello.
How are we doing today?
Pretty good.
Feeling good? Feeling pumped? Super excited?
I'm super pumped.
Super pumped? Nice. Yeah, into Strahd's castle. Excellent. And next up, of course, playing the role of Argento, our dragonborn paladin of might and strength, is none other than the delightful Charles, or Iron Gods Gaming. Good evening, Charles.
How's it going?
It's going pretty well. How about for you?
Oh, doing pretty good, man. Not too bad, I must say. It's been a good day, so.
All right. Next up, of course, on our list is a near and dear friend of mine, the delightful Tim, playing the role of the rather incredulous satyr bard by the name of Domiro. Good evening, Tim.
Good evening, Michael.
How are we today?
We are good.
Yes.
Better than good.
Excellent. Slightly better or a lot better? I mean, on a scale of 1 to like...
A bit better.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's like having a V, you know, when you're feeling pretty all right. You know, just a little, you're improved by a little bit.
Yeah.
Awesome. And last but absolutely not least, playing the role of the very enchanting Esther, a changeling. God damn it! I was gonna say cleric. It's not a cleric though, is it? It is a cleric.
Yeah.
Why in my head is it an oracle? Because I went oracle and I'm like, this is D&D. There's no oracles in D&D. The changeling cleric, of course, a madam of the Haitian voodoo arts. The Louisiana voodoo arts. My apologies. They're similar but slightly different. Is none other than the delightful McKinley. Good evening or good morning, Mac. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I am doing absolutely well. Thank you for asking. Now, for those of you who also know, there is an NPC with the group.
Hello, yes, it's me.
Oh, he's attacking Phantom.
I am not attacking anyone.
No.
But yes, I am Sir Tem, a tiny gnome who has joined this group on their epic adventure. I seek to help the Lady Irina, and I am over here in the corner. If you have any questions for me, I will answer them. Maybe. Sort of. I'm pretty quiet. Don't let the players forget that I'm here. Bye!
We won't.
Okay, there we go. I love how Heavenly Gun's like NPC. Don't you mean the main character? Yes.
The main.
Yes, he is the main character. All right. Now, guys, for those of you in the audience who are joining us for the first time, for those who haven't been here before, my name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, as I've already said. And, of course, I don't like my audience sitting down and being spectators to my games. I mean, I'm on Twitch. I like people being here. I love doing this in front of you guys, and you guys aren't in an observation seat. You're not there in an audience sitting down. You are behind the GM screen with me. So for that, guys, if you guys have any ideas during the course of the game, I'm going to highly recommend that you leave these ideas and suggestions in chat, because I guarantee you I stay as active as I can on chat. I read what you guys have to say, and I try to play as much of it as possible. So, yeah, throw them out there, and, yeah, let us know stuff. Now, if you guys would like to as well, we have a number of different incentives that you can use in order to influence the course of the game through the use of channel points. Down at the bottom of the screen, you will see those big dag dollary dues, and you can spend them to afford our players some random goodies here and there. There will be some changes to add things like inspiration and all that sort of stuff, but for now, however, you can indeed give them some some plot twists. Plot twists are, of course, random plots that affect the game during the course of it. But because we've had so many people joining in chat, unfortunately, we're not going to get plot twists from everyone, but we're going to make plot twists more accessible for people who have got the points for it. And yes, we also have wandering bosses. And by the way, the wandering boss is a doozy, right? So use with sparingness, please. Lance, if you're watching, I'm specifically talking to you. All right. without any further ado, let's give a quick thanks to our sponsors, which are, of course, Hero Forge, who allow us to make these wonderful pieces of artwork and use them for our shows, as well as Sirenscape for this wonderful and intense soundscape that you will all be able to enjoy. Without any further ado, let us delve back into Barovia. Now, we continue our adventure from whence we left. Our heroes have entered Castle Ravenloft, home of the insidious Count Strahd. They were pursuing none other than the lovely Lady Irina, who had been captured by the vampire spawn known as Domu, son to the current priest of the village of Barovia. After following across the countryside with the aid of the Dread Rider, they arrived at the tall and ominous gates. Heading inside, they found no open entry until they met with a strange caretaker, a man with a mongroloid face, a hodgepodge of different creatures, beasts and animals, scales on one side of his face, cat-like ears, webbed feet, and a crab-like hand. This person, creature, whatever they might be, introduced themselves as Cyrus Bellevue, caretaker to the castle. He said that the master was expecting more guests, and of course, you were invited to wait for a while as he prepared your rooms. Now, instead of waiting, our group has decided to enter the castle proper through the back entrance. In the servants' quarters, they found a small room with a ledger that contained the name of Domu and other guests to the castle. In addition, as they began their exploration, 2 statues of skeletons sprung to life and began to attack, only to be quickly dispatched by the mighty hammer of Argento. With now quiet resonating throughout the castle, we now return as our heroes plot their next course of action. And for that, we shall go back to the map. Boop.
That was a little late.
All right. The scene is yours. You are once again in the servants' chambers, the ledger on the table, lit very dimly by 2 candles, 2 shattered skeletons lying in ruins at the head of what looks to be a staircase leading downwards, and a door behind you leading further into the castle.
Well, if this is an indication of what we can expect of this place, I can only imagine it's not going to be pretty from here on in. But Dormu is here, right? According to the book.
The warm welcome.
So it says in the ledger.
Well, if he is here, I must find him and make him pay.
Are you sure we can just walk around? I mean, we were told to wait, but at the same time, if this ledger shows that we came in, I mean, would that be a welcoming? What do you think?
I thought they also said that we were welcome to have a look around.
Yes. I agree with Domiro, however, I'm not wise in these ways. Esther, you seem to know more about this than us. What do you think?
We're likely shouldn't stray too far before we are accompanied by someone of the castle. Is the door leading back outside still open?
Yes, it is still open and unobstructed, leading out to a small courtyard of which there is a stable in which you can see several horses would be able to be kept out there, along with a blackened carriage that seems to be parked to one side.
Hmm.
Okay. Because I do, well, I'm not sure, because I do have the slipper, so as I recall, I think there was perhaps some type of tower close by that I could have gone up, but I'm not sure, because I believe you said it was raining, so I don't know if that would count as making the wall slippery at this point. Because it says covered by ice or oil, so I don't know if rain is going to make it quite as slippery as those two things. But
Argento turns to Sir Tim and says, Pixie, what do you make of this?
Did you say pixie?
Yeah, that's what you are, right? A pixie. You're a pixie, aren't you?
Oh! You see a look of bewilderment and anger across the face of the tiny gnome. He looks around his shoulders. He says, "Oh, hell no! You must be crazy! You think you're talking to me like that, you overgrown pair of slippers?"
So I'd back off if I were you.
He walks up to you. "I am not Mr. Tem. I am not this guy called Tem. They call me Sir Tem. I am an honored knight of the Barovian Guard. I have been protecting this place from darknesses that dwell even in the deepest reaches of places, even more heinous than the armpits that you hide under that pathetic excuse for rusted armor. If you call me pink again, I'm going to tear out your horns and stick them... Okay, yep, Esther, go ahead.
I didn't want to interrupt. I'm sorry.
No, you are... Well, you are not interrupting. Esther is more than welcome to interrupt.
I was just looking at the map. I'm wedged in between the two of them.
That is rather unfortunate.
And I cast protection from good and evil on him, so I'm just like, I'm just like,
Cast it against Nico and Sir Tim.
I like your spirit, Sir Tim.
He's a little bit...
Excuse my knowledge of creatures. I thought my friend here was a halfling. She's a changeling. I'm very confused, okay?
He sort of snorts, his eyebrows kind of still twitching a little. He says, "Well then, sir, I recommend that instead of calling people by what race they happen to be, that you learn their names."
Sir Tim.
Argento?
Nice.
Argento.
Well, Sir Tim, what do you think we should do? You're the local here. So
The small gnome takes a gaze around, looking at the doors and looking at the stairwell. He thinks to himself, well, if I had to hazard a guess, it depends on what we are searching for. I never have been into the castle proper myself, but I presume that this is where Strahd conducts most of his receptions for the guests, or at least the front entrance would be. Down there, what lurks beneath the castle itself may be an entire other realm, one dark and one hidden by even the likes of Strahd themselves. I am certain we will find great evil that dwells within, but whether or not we wish to open and rattle those cages is only if we are truly strong enough and have girded ourselves for what lies ahead. Also, super quick, I would like to just check with everyone. Argento is a little bit quiet, so could I get everyone to just do a quick sound check live for me? So, Immersion, if you'd be so kind.
Hello, I am Immersion Diversion from Immersion Diversion. You
Okay.
can find me at Immersion Diversion.
Yep, no, that's fine. Okay, hold up a second. Okay, cool. That should improve. All right. Charles?
yes, I'm gonna test out the microphone as Argento.
Okay.
Can you hear
Can
me
you get the
better?
microphone any closer to where you are?
Can try. Let's see.
Yeah. If he can, then that's fine. I mean, this is probably as good as it's going to be.
Yeah, that might be as good as it gets tonight, unfortunately.
Perfectly fine. All right. Esther, could you give us a quick sound check?
Alright. We'll do is this any better or was
Nope,
it good already?
perfect.
Ready?
Yep. Tim?
Checkity, check.
Excellent.
Check.
Yep, perfect. All right, done. Let me know if those are not loud enough. I will do what I can. All right. After the small confrontation, giggity, with the tiny gnome, yes, he has basically told you that this level here is likely where guests will be. It depends on if Irina is considered a guest, but of course there are many secrets in Strahd's castle, and if we want to learn more, down the stairs is probably best. It is up to you guys as to which of these two objectives you would like to pursue.
Vigag is going to quickly pull out the sketch of the map he was drawing and just do a quick sketch of the section of this room. Just for future readings.
Okay.
While you do that, I would say to Sir Tim, well, we came here to look for Irina. However, now that I know Dormu is here, he is more of my concern.
Demiro, do you have any thoughts?
Well, I mean, after such a warm welcome as this, I feel like what more harm could there be if looking further around?
All right. Which direction would you like to go?
Well, you know what they say, always go left.
No, that's Zoolander.
All right. Demiro.
Sorry.
Left, I guess from where you've entered, would be down a flight of stairs, which leads you below the castle grounds. All right. Now, as you make your way down, I need to pull up this next map. As you make your way down, the stairs seem to spiral for what seemed to be like forever. The light seems to struggle to permeate any further than where your lantern lights, almost as if the darkness itself consumes all around it, including, of course, the light from the surface above, what little of it there is. Now, as you get to the next level... Nope, that's not the one. No. Sorry, 1 second. I need to... there it is. Ah, that's why. It's on the same map. No, it's not. Why is it? That's weird. Okay. Very well. I will use this map. Okay. You make your way down the flight of stairs, and at the bottom, you find yourself in what appears to be a rather well-stocked and beautiful wine cellar. There are several large casks lining the wall here, and a small sconce filled with oil that allows you to put any amount of lamp oil in order to light and utilize the lantern here for a source of light. There you go. There you are. And let me synchronize your views. There you go. All right. So yes, the arced frame of this low stone ceiling hangs over these casks, and you can see that some of them seem to have some contents dripping from the sides of these wooden barrels. Tiny rats could sort of seem to be lapping up some of the fluids here and there.
Is it actually wine?
As you approach, I would like for Demiro to make me a perception check. Anyone approaching as well may do so in addition.
Yeah, sure. I think Vigog would move forward to see what goes.
I stand back with Esther, I assume, who's standing back. I'm going to stay close to you, Esther.
All right. Vigog's perception brings us to a 17. Anyone else?
Demir had the 13.
And Demiro has 13. Okay. Now, as you inspect the casks, there are 3 brands that seem to be burnt onto the wood. The first appears to be what looks to be a blackened eye surrounded by kraken tendrils. A kind of a thick tar-like, I guess, residue is around the taps on these. The second is a brand of what looks to be kind of, I guess, a yellow type sigil. And it seems to have something that is akin to honey on the end of it. Argento. Your hometown used to have a heraldry. Would you describe what that heraldry happened to be?
Oh, actually, my heraldry. Are we talking about my, where I come from? Obviously, yeah, the Kalimsport place where I grew up, yeah? That I know?
The Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Yep, that one, yep.
So the Ravenites, is that what we're talking about? That heraldry?
Yep.
Yeah, I actually don't know much about my Ravenite background because I don't have much memory from then, but I can try to look up what the Ravenites were.
Well, more specifically, the heraldry of your town, of your home village, is branded on a third of these barrels.
Strange. I notice it and am sort of a bit taken back by this. I don't know what to make of this, and I look over to Esther and say, that mark. I know that mark. I'm kind of getting a little bit panicked looking around the room. That's the sign from where I come from. And I point to the cast that have the heraldry logo on it for the mark.
All right, that would be these 3 in the corner here. And these are Demiro and Vigog looking at stuff. And so Tem will back up everyone. Okay.
There's some houses behind as well. There's still probably stays a bit behind as well. That's okay.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Do any of these casks seem to be empty?
Yeah.
Walking up to them and Vigog taps. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, doom, doom. Most seem to be full to quite a large degree.
Okay. These are still fairly full. Why would there be like puddles of wine on the ground?
It looks to be under where the tap is. So someone has filled a vase or a pitcher or something, and yeah, just some of the drips and stuff have sort of caught the ground.
Gotcha. But you say these come from your hometown, Argento?
Yes, the logo on these, they come from my heraldry. I don't know why they would be here. I haven't seen this symbol in a very long time, but I do recognize it.
Maybe we can learn something more about you with these, or maybe something else in this castle.
Can we? Should we check to see what's in it? Like obviously it's a cask. It's got wine in it. Should we try to see what kind of wine it is? If it's
What does it
wine
smell
Hey,
like?
DeMiro.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
DeMiro,
Nero, we got wine here. Would you like to taste it?
Yeah, I'll try and pick out the best one, whichever smells the
Yeah.
nicest.
No, you go by which has the best wood, because
All
the
right.
best wood makes the flavor better. I think that's how it goes, right?
All
Or is that
right.
For beer.
The best
Okay.
smelling one seems to come from the center line, which is filled with what looks to look like a golden liquid of some kind. The ones to the south of the room are kind of blackened, and you think that it might hold a stout or something, maybe something a little bit more earthy and heavier. And the ones to the north seem to have like kind of a red wine. You can't get too much from the smell alone, not without, of course, pouring yourself a glass.
Are those the ones with the Argento logo on it, or whatever you want to call it?
Have they all got that logo?
The three at the top have the logo from Argento's town. The three at the bottom have the logo with the black kraken, and the rest of them have the yellow logo of what looks to be kind of just a sigil, like a druid sigil or something.
No.
Well, I would like to find out what's inside one of the barrels that has the town logo from where I'm from on it. So
Where you're
can I
from?
open? Yeah, well, can I open up one of the? It's tapped, right?
It is tapped, yeah. So you can pour it out, or if
Yeah,
you
just start to pour some out. See what comes out. I just want to see what the liquid's like, how
All
it
right.
flows out and everything.
All right. Reaching for the tap, Argento's scaled claw grabs firmly on the wood grain as he pulls against the lever, releasing what looks to be a red fluid. Do you have a cup or a glass or a receptacle of some kind?
I'll just put my hand under, let it run on my fingers a little bit, and then taste it.
Ooh.
Okay. It pours out onto your hands.
Yeah,
Initially, it is quite. It is a little bit more viscous than you imagine wine to be. And as you taste it and you place it on your lips, it has a strangely metallic taste, though it is at the same time partially sweet.
How is it?
It's very. It's got a hint of sweet flavor, but it's somewhat metallic. It almost tastes like it's blood, but surely that can't be it.
If you wish to, the way that this keg is tapped, you may use a strength check in order to try and lift it so that it is upright, and then pull the front off so that you can see what is in the barrel.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do a strength, try and pick it up so I can open it.
By all
IO
means.
system.
Oh,
I'm
not a
gonna-
problem. With two of you working on it, you do not need to make the strength check, as between the two of you, Vagag being a big Goliath and of course Argento being a massive Dragonborn, you heft this barrel, which lands to one side. You reach down and you grab firmly onto the edges of it, and applying pressure, break the seal around the edges and pull the lid off. As you do, Argento, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
That is a failure.
Oh.
Argento, inside this barrel is the chopped, diced, and seasoned remains of at least 30 silver-scaled dragonborn.
What? Oh no.
You
Are
recognize
they traditional drinks in your
This-
hometown?
you recognize very quickly the hands of not only warrior men, but women and children as well.
Oh jeez.
You see tail pieces deboned, and the meat floating, fermenting in what is effectively also red wine.
So it's also red wine.
Yeah.
Yes, basically it is, long story short, it is dragonborn meat fermenting in wine, so as to enhance the flavor profile of both the blood and the wine together.
Not something I've tried before.
Yeah, I just sort of look at it and stare, almost in shock and silence of what it is and what I have tasted. And sort of slowly back away from it, almost catatonic-like, just still staring at it. As I slowly back away. And I look.
All right. Argento looks shaky on his feet. Vigard, you're not entirely sure what he is seeing because only Argento's looked at it, but you know that it's kind of impacted him. Esther and Demiro, it's pretty much the same. You've seen Argento be more or less unflappable ever since you have arrived in this hellish place, but this is the first time you've seen a dragonborn sweat.
What does a dragonborn sweat?
I imagine. Well, given the nature of lizard folk, I would imagine that the dragonborn would very similarly only sweat through pores in their tongue. So I would imagine it would almost look like he's salivating, which could send off all kinds of weird impressions.
Wow. Must be great.
You look like you enjoyed that.
I just shake my head and I say, no. That is an abomination in there.
I'll go and have a look, see what he's talking about.
Taking a look, you see exactly what Argento saw, a scene of carnage inside of a barrel. Despite the clear presence of decay and rot, however, there is a slight sweet smell. All right, Eddie, I need you to back off the piano. We know you took lessons over the holidays, okay?
Yes!
But there's no need to show off, okay? Calm down, Eddie. I love Eddie, but sometimes, I swear. Okay.
Sorry.
Where is... Where is this? Where's the guy who showed us here? I want to know. I need answers of this. What is this? Who did this? And I'm starting to go into like almost a panic rage. Like you can tell I'm about to just.
Demir, did you say what was in the barrel after you saw it, or?
I just said it was an abomination.
Well, I'm guessing, although I'm not sure because I haven't been there. This is not a traditional drink from Argento's hometown, given that it probably contains bits of his family.
What? Like
I mean, I've tried many things, and I have to say, there are some strange traditions around, and I have heard of various tribes around the place believing that imbibing the departed will give them strength of the soul, and things like that. So it's not the strangest thing I've heard of, but given Argento's reaction, probably
So
not.
in the middle of this, I want to run over and I just want to shove the barrel like as hard as I can. I just want to shove it off of whatever it's sitting on. Is it sitting on the ground? I want to throw it into the wall. I want to like rage. Yeah, I want to rage on it. Basically, is what I'm saying. Even though I'm not.
All right,
it is.
He's not a barbarian, but he wants to rage.
Oh yeah, it is set into several little struts that keep it in place. For the most part, Argento, I'm going to say that between your rage, your emotion, and everything, you grab hold of this, and you can see your muscles.
I'm going to jump back onto the stairs.
You see your muscles straining. Demiro, you make your way towards the stairs as Argento crashes this massive barrel. It smashes onto onto the floor, and the wine and blood spray across the ground, slowly coming towards, obviously, Esther, Vagag, and young Lachlan. Lachlan steps a little bit away to try and get away from the spray of blood. But yeah, bits of the silver dragonborn lie pretty much just scattered on the ground here. And that is when Demiro, as he's breathing heavily, as the sound of his heartbeat is just pounding in his ears, he turns to one side and he sees the other 2 casks, each still brandishing the logo of his hometown.
Yeah. So I just want to take my warhammer to them if I can and just start like wailing on them.
Whoa.
Argento.
I'm in the middle of like...
Yep. So as you go to reach for your hammer, Esther.
Sorry? Did you want me to wait? I can
No. This is as he's drawing this hammer. The scene is now. Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Just not realizing that he has pulled his warhammer out and just seeing what's essentially carnage, I'm trying to pull him back so that he's not basically stepping in it.
Okay, so like Esther.
I'm not realizing that he's that he's about to hit another one. I'm trying to intercede. And
sure.
I'm not realizing.
As Argento has his hammer in his hand, Esther walks forward. Without trying to forcefully pull him back with like physical strength, she places a hand just kind of on his back, mid-center. Argento, your body is hot. Like as a lizard folk, or as a dragonborn, your body is normally cold, and you feel the warmth of Esther's hand as it touches you. For a fleeting moment, there's clarity. The damage you do here will not help those trapped in those barrels, and you would not condemn them to remain here, to stay trapped beneath the grounds of Ravenloft.
Mm-hmm.
If you wish to give them a proper burial and see them honored, you'll need to remove them and take them back to the surface. And it is better done in these barrels than it would be scraping it off the floor.
Mm. Yes. So I basically am just tense everywhere, and you can tell that I'm thinking about, I just really want to smash the hell out of these things. But as you said, that sort of notion runs over me of, yes, that's a better idea. So I look to Bagog and say, help me free these barrels. And can you place them in your bag of holding? We can take them with us.
How big are the barrels?
Oh, the barrels are way too big. Volume-wise, so volume-wise. Okay, so here's, by the way, and I want to take a PSA moment here. Bags of holding in my world are always this. They have a set amount of volume inside of them, which is the pocket dimension. What they don't have is an infinite elastic band to stretch wide enough to grab anything you'd want. So for me, you could put something about the size of, like, say, a chest into a bag of holding, but like, a barrel, like,
Each body part?
Yeah, you could, like, for example, you could pour the volume of it into it. That wouldn't be a problem. But yeah, like, to take one of these casks, these casks are like
4 feet or
Yeah.
Yeah.
We tie a rope around it, I can pull it up the stairs. No, okay, so with that being said, I stop, realize that in my blind rage, I don't know what I'm talking about, because clearly these are too big for the bag of holding.
Argento, will you help me check what's in these other barrels first? Make sure there's not other... Or if you don't want to, I can do it myself, that's fine. Not the one... We obviously know what's in the ones next to you. I'm thinking of these other sigils and then the... What was it, the Black Kraken or something?
That is correct.
Yeah.
He'll just stand there for a minute and almost like I didn't even hear it.
Okay.
I just stand there dazed. As Esther seems like Esther's sort of like still there, but it's like she wants to say something.
All right, Esther.
All right, I guess.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're Vagog. So you are inspecting the other barrels, Esther, you're coming in as Argento has stopped himself from obviously raging. You're still kind of behind him with your hand on his back, and Vagag has moved over to the other barrels. What would you like to do?
Earlier, I had wanted to ask Sir Tim if he knew the other two sigils, but that can wait, I guess, if y'all would rather.
The other two English. Good, Michael, speak proper now. The other two sigils are unrecognizable. You believe that they don't necessarily come from anywhere that you know. But from what you've gathered about Barovia, there are people from other realms in its entirety. And while Strahd must have had a visit and a tie to the world that Argento, obviously, and the rest of you had come from, there must be others as well. And these may be poor, unfortunate victims of other attacks and other massacres by Strahd and his creatures of the night.
Argento, let's back up for a second. Let's get away from this.
I slowly put the weapon down and almost slump as if depression has almost set in some way, like sadness. Yes. Maybe it's best if we just walk away.
Well,
As you begin to move
should
away-
also consider that should we wish to speak with Strahd, he may be willing to overlook the destruction of one of his barrels, but all of them, perhaps not.
An excellent point.
That is a good point.
Now, Vagag, you've made your way over to one of the yellow barrels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What would you like to do?
After Argento dumped out what was in the one barrel, seeing what was in there, I was going to tip them and check what was inside. Because all of these are the same. I just wanted to do it to one, see if they were all the same thing.
Sure. Once again, you grab hold of the barrel, and with enough coaxing and pulling, you flip it onto its back. You reach down and you crack into this barrel. But as you do so, something very peculiar happens. Rather than a liquid, inside a cloud of spores suddenly fills the air around you.
No.
It is bright and mustard yellow.
Guys, get back.
As this happens, I will need
Uh-oh.
I will need a Constitution saving throw from Vagag. As you cough and screech.
Yes.
Nice.
Very nice. You manage to save against the spores and pull yourself away before you are engulfed by the cloud. It hangs in the air for about a minute or two before settling once again. Inside, you see this vermilion liquid just sort of floating around, but that's when you realize it's almost like powdered silt, almost, you know, and is very easily made airborne.
Oh, jeez. Nobody sneeze.
But it does have that faint scent of pollen and honey.
Ooh.
Perhaps reseal that one.
Yeah, I'll attempt to put the thing back on.
Sure.
Does anyone have mending? Do you have mending?
Well, busting it out is definitely better. But if you have mending, that's how you'll need to do it.
Esther, do you have mending on you still?
Oh, I do. I'm sorry. I was just looking at something
You're
that I
good.
make.
All right.
as
Would
I
you like
go
to cast it?
fix-
If y'all would like me to, I can.
Yeah. So I'll go to like adjust the lid to where I cracked it, kind of fold it back in to like fit the splinters.
All right. You absolutely do so. And with the mending, it is a short repair job as as you see the barrel now once again seal. From behind, you hear,
Shh! Someone's coming!
a lantern illuminates a doorway just beyond where you happen to be, and a door creaks open, and into view steps
Oh,
the caretaker whom you saw previously. As he steps out, he says,
What are you doing here?
Well, you said to make ourselves welcome, and we were looking for a drink, but not sure that any of these are...
This is the master's private larder. I'm afraid you can't have any of these.
Oh,
Oh,
it is a shame.
oh, and you spilled some. How
It was an
clumsy.
unfortunate accident, I'm afraid.
Well, I was just about to retrieve you. Your rooms have been prepared. You may come with me, and I will take you there.
I mean, we'd be happy to help clean up, but
No,
use.
it is quite all right. I am his master's dog's body, and the responsibility falls to me. I shall clean it. I would be remiss to allow the master's guests to clean. He would be so angry if I were to fail him. So angry if I was to fail him.
he starts banging on his head as...
Oh, now. I can assure you we'll leave the cleaning to you. There's no need for failure.
Yes.
He looks at the others. Argento, I am super curious. What is your... what's going on? What's happening? Tell me what's going on.
I'm staring at him with rage, and I really just want to smash him with my warhammer, but I know that's not going to get us anywhere. Like, I'm still sort of really upset, so I'm fighting everything I can to attack him. So I'm just going to look at him while we're standing here and say, "Can you tell me more about where this wine comes from?"
Oh, the master is very selective of his wines. This he claimed from the black spaces between the stars themselves, and that he gathered a fermentation from deep within the lowest lands, high and hidden. Oh, and the mark of the dragon. Yes, no, master quite enjoyed that. He visited a realm and tried upon the sweet nectar of the dragon and brought it here. Master is quite proud of that vintage.
He's quite the collector.
Put the warhammer on my shoulder and clench it really tightly.
Well, we'd probably best be off to our rooms.
Please, would you show us the way?
But of course, follow me and step where I step. Won't want you falling into any of the master's security traps.
He hobbles. Now you guys can make your way following as this guy moves. I'm going to move him in increments so you guys can choose to move as closely or as distantly as you'd like. But he will stop at these increments to wait for you.
I don't like the look of this fellow.
I don't trust him either.
For once we agree, lizard man.
3, 2, 1. No, I was just kidding.
He seems friendly enough.
Well,
He said
Strahd.
traps.
Well, he did say
Has
traps. He
anyone,
quite clearly said traps.
But he also said follow him to avoid them.
Which could be a trap.
Could.
Twice we agreed.
But I suggest everyone take good note of where he steps in case we have to retrace it.
In which case I will take out the map that I have as I'm drawing out the liquor wine room and the hallway that we were about to go down. I'll mark these areas where he's going to step.
All right.
One last thing I say, I look to DeMiro and say, they've got a barrel of my ancestors on the ground over there. And he said that the master likes to drink that vintage. I don't care for this creature. I don't care for anything here. I don't trust anything here going forward. I will avenge those dragons. And I must kill everything that is here. I hope you all can understand this. It's what I must do.
I understand that's what you must do, Argento, but there is a proper time and place for all actions.
Argento, please gain an inspiration, as that was very, very beautifully put. I like that. That was awesome. That was a great bit of roleplay right there.
Shake my head at DeMiro and say, in time, yes. Now we're ready to go if you guys are.
Yeah, I'll follow.
I'm ready to go.
I'll go first behind Cyrus, just to kind of mark down where he's stepping.
All right. Again, move yourselves on the map as you would.
I don't have the map.
We don't have the map.
It's one of the
shared
things
it, but
I'm so
it
terrible at.
No, I think you did share it, but it didn't pop up, so.
Oh, my bad.
That's fine.
There you go.
Yeah, everyone's moving now.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, I will.
Very well. So DeMiro, you're taking the lead.
I think the guard wanted to go first to map, but he just hasn't moved yet.
Map it out.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
They're all like 20 feet behind.
Yeah.
I'm trying to move up. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
So
I had a
Lachlan,
just see that being funny.
Yep. So Lachlan is trying to stay pretty much next to Argento as well. Like I think the two of them very much don't trust anything this guy's saying. So they're kind of like watching each other's back to back.
I had a question.
Yeah, no, question away.
Mr. Bellevue, are we staying on this level?
No, not at all. This is the servants' quarters and all the storage areas. You'll be staying up in the guest rooms.
Wouldn't the stairs be faster travel there? Well, I'm guessing it's better than me, but...
No, not at all. We have an elevator that'll be able to allow you to travel both up and down swiftly and safely. The stairs themselves are trapped with all manner of creatures that feast upon those that dwell too deep within the castle.
What?
Now, as you pass this particular room, this door here, you hear the sounds of muffled moaning. Specifically Vagag, who is closest to the door where you can hear the muffled sounds.
I'm gonna make note of that.
What note do you put down exactly?
Moaning door frame. There. Moaning door frame. I kind of just point, like turn around, like eyesight to like the back group, and I just kind of point to the door. While still following Bellevue.
Okay. Does anyone wish to do anything with that information?
I look to Vergog and sort of give him a look of when he's pointing at the door, like, what about the door? I'm giving you a look back of like.
I'll point to my ear when I'm looking, and then point to the door.
So then I'll sort of move up close to the wall, like going next to the door as we're walking, and try to hear it and see if I can hear anything.
All right. Yeah, you absolutely do. It is strained and pained sounds coming from what seems to be a male voice just beyond the door.
I want to. Where is Cyrus? Is he in front of the door?
He's pretty close. He's maybe about
All right.
it's about like 5 or 10 feet away from it. He is, however, moving away.
All right. Because as we walk, I kind of want to keep the cadence with everything, but I kind of want to sneak up to the door and see if I can open it.
Yeah, not a problem. Please make a stealth check as he will continue to this door here.
Stealth.
Just so we're not being suspicious, I'll follow behind him.
Sure.
Oh, horrible. Too
All
much
right.
armor.
So Argento, yeah, you make your way towards the door, but as you make the stealth check, the Cyrus turns and says, "Come away from there. That is the master's larder, and we cannot have too many people in the kitchen. It'll upset the chef."
Ooh.
Kitchen. Is there food in here? I'm quite hungry.
Bam!
There has been preparations for refreshments and sustenance prepared in your quarters.
Mm-hmm. But the kitchen is right here. I can just go in here, get some food really quick.
Rest assured.
So I open the door.
As
He just open it.
well, as you go to open the door, however, does appear to be locked.
Oh, denied.
Denied.
You can try to bust through it.
You have a key. Seems to be locked.
The key
I'm
is in
really
the
hungry.
hands of the chef.
You wouldn't like me when I get hungry. I get hungry.
I turn silver and
He shakes his head. "I'm terribly sorry, but there's naught that I can do. Please, I must
no
insist."
problem. I can do something. I take my warhammer and I just smash the door.
Okay. Roll your damage as you take your hammer and you crash it into the door.
So is that just the 1d8 from the warhammer? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Starts going in
4.
between looking at Argento and Cyrus, and then she's just looking at Cyrus, and then she goes, whack! Okay.
really.
All right. Okay.
What crap?
As you smash the door hard, it cracks and it splinters. As it does so, the look on Psydark's face is just one of absolute anger. What are you doing?
Told you I was hungry. You said this is the kitchen. There's food in here. I've got to eat.
All right. Do you take another
Could
swing?
also be diabetic. I don't know. I just need to eat.
I just yelled at Domiro, "This is not right time."
Yeah, I take another one. I'm gonna crack this door off.
Oh my god!
Take another swing. 7.
Oh,
All right. No, that's absolutely perfect. All right.
no.
You take yet another swing. And as you do, the door smashes into splinters. Inside, a horrible odor of decay fills this steaming hot room. A huge pot bubbles over, blazing in a fire pit in the center of this room. The green muddy contents churns within as the fires from the wall create a green illumination. There is a large number of cooking implements gathered in a circle, around which there seems to be some kind of sigil carved into the floor here. There is, obviously there is kind of a sort of a kitchen-y kind of look here, but there is, of course, something horribly wrong as well.
Didn't he say there was a chef in here or a cook? Did he say
Said the
that?
chef had the key to the door.
Oh, that's right.
The chef wasn't there.
You were too busy smashing it down to here.
Yeah, well.
Once again, he says, I must insist you must come away from there immediately. We do not wish to anger the master or the chef.
Is he a master chef?
Yes.
Is he a wonder chef?
What is he cooking? This seems, strange for a kitchen. There's just a pot in here. I thought there would at least be chips or something I could grab as a snack.
You and your chips. Okay. As Argento, as you look inside, you notice a foot that seems to be partially obscured by the cauldron, lying in the corner of this room.
No.
I just want to take a couple steps inside, see if I can see better what's on the other side of the cauldron.
Oh yeah, you get a very, very good look at what it is. You see a human body lying on the floor. What you see, and this will go onto my screen, so our lovely, wonderful, and amazing audience do not need to miss out on a second of the very cool and awesome stuff happening. You see a deceased figure with auburn hair, a green cloak, and what looks to be maybe a spell book by its side. It lies soaked in dried blood.
I look out the door. But what if you like to come in here?
Cypher looks and says, No, 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 you must leave. You must leave.
I'm gonna kind of just block him.
Okay, yeah, you block him. He's like literally a third of your size, so not hard.
Somebody's in here. And they don't look good. I'm not taking any steps further. I'm just sort of standing a couple of feet. I'll move my character to kind of where they're at. They're like right there. Not moving any further.
I'll have a look around the door, see what he's talking about. Does it look like they don't look good, or do they look dead?
Super dead.
The latter.
Freshly dead, though.
The latter.
Yeah, freshly dead. Definitely fresh dead.
Certainly strange kitchenings going on here. But whilst your temper is running hot, Argento,
Yes, sir.
remember that remember revenge is best served cold.
I'm more concerned with. Then I look to Vergog and say, what were your students wearing again?
Or
What
the
do they
man.
look like? What do they look like?
Well, Soren is a male elf. He wore blue clothing. Carried around a spell sword, or like a sword. Then there was Clyde, who was also a male half elf or an elf. He wasn't as built as Soren, but he exceeded in druid craft, so he kind of wears a bunch of leather and cloth and stuff. And then Jade was a halfling, or no? Oh no, I think she was a gnome that always carried around a lantern, pretty much the size of herself. She was pretty adept in using it, but
she happened to have red hair.
no. Oh shoot! Actually,
I think that,
What about
Clyde
a,
had red hair. Clyde had
What
red
about
hair.
him?
No.
what about a green cloak?
the moment when Neil recognizes his own Hero Forge mini.
I don't. No, you. Oh, I look at Cyrus.
Sorry, I'm just gonna take a moment. So Neil was
I know,
asked to make Hero Forge minis for his students and stuff like that. So that's
I didn't memorize them. So.
it was really funny. I was sitting there going, why is this taking Neil so long to figure this
Well,
out?
I was curious because I was wondering how you got the red on him, and I'm like, they're not on Clyde, but how you got the red on the mini at first? Because I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
That's skill, man. Skill. It's all me.
What? No!
All right, Argento, from Vigag's description, you see a young half-elf male. He wears leathers that have been torn and ripped from him. It looks as though a carving knife has been used on this individual to tear pieces off that are now currently missing. He seems to have green cloth over his person. If you didn't know any better, yeah, you would definitely say this individual might have studied in the druidic arts at some point or another.
Cyrus,
I turn around.
Yes? What
there's,
is it? Are you ready to come out
someone
now?
sleeping in here.
Someone sleeping? No,
Yes.
no, this
Can you
can't be.
explain what this person's doing here? How'd they get here?
Cyrus hobbles over in the direction of the kitchen. As he does so, he looks up and down at you, and he says,
That would probably be another one of Master's rather difficult guests.
Difficult? In
Yes.
what way?
Well, I believe this boy claimed that he was starving, and the Master offered to host him for a meal. He turned down the Master, and his fate was his own. Such a shame, really.
Esther?
How fresh does the death look? Because if there's like parts of him coming off, I'm guessing it's not too recent.
Okay, so he has probably died anywhere between like 12 to 18 hours ago.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I mean, it's fortunate that we're not difficult guests.
Yes.
yeah.
Fortunately, you are on your way to your rooms.
Yeah. What happened to this door
Give me
here?
that body.
Wasn't me.
I mean, this place is certainly seems to not have many servants around, Cyrus. Are you one of the only ones?
He looks down at the ground. The question, while simple, seems to pain him somewhat. He sort of whimpers for a few moments before giggling a little to himself. He says,
No, there are other servants. Yes, other servants work for the Master, serve the Master, dedicate their lives to the Master.
I'm sure we'll see them around at some point. But I mean, this place is so bare. It's almost like one could wander around for hours and not see another soul.
I'm running up to the circle.
Yes, but nothing says that the souls won't see you.
Okay, cool.
Well, you see this
I'll
person
kind
on
of
the ground.
wink to the other guys. Wink.
This person on the ground is a friend of our
Oh,
big fellow over there.
I
It's
see.
Yes. Mm.
Well, that
So
is
as you can probably
unfortunate.
tell, it's yes.
And I will not go to my
the rooms
guest
are still
quarters.
waiting.
I will not go to my guest quarters until I bring this student with me.
Well, I can't advise that, sir. Oh, I can't advise that at all. But
I'm a
if it's
teacher,
what you
I can
seek,
advise that.
then I...
Perhaps, Cyrus, there'd be no use for its belongings. You could take a souvenir, perhaps.
A souvenir? What is this souvenir? Is it tasty?
Oh no, not at all. I don't think anything could eat this. Bits of clothing or an old book or something like that.
I see. Well, I suppose there can be no harm in it, though your hands and feet have already tainted the kitchen, and I'm sure the chef will have a word at some point. Very well, but make it quick. Make it quick.
Question for you, Cyrus. Is that your name? Yes, Cyrus.
Cyrus, yes, that is my name.
We simply came here looking for someone, yet you seem to have prepared rooms for us. How did you know we were coming?
Oh, the master knows much of the lands of Barovia. And of course, he knows where everyone is and what everyone is doing. He knew of your arrival and had the rooms prepared. A feast has also been, started being prepared.
So why didn't he meet us himself? Why did he send you?
Oh, the master's rather busy. So many places at once.
Well, I tell you, I will leave the room if you tell me where Irina is.
As soon as you say that name, he starts to bang on his head yet again.
The master's going to be so angry. He's going to be so mad. I can't...
He lunges forward. Demiro, you get an attack of opportunity if you would like to take one.
What does he seem to be doing?
As you take a moment of hesitation to observe what he is doing, you realize he slams the door shut and locks the door. As this happens, let's kick this to 11, shall we?
Oh, what? Michael's like,
Did I not just splinter the door?
Yes.
he broke the door. He just made a new one.
Is there a
He slams the door. I'm looking at him. You do realize the upper half of the door is missing. I can just crawl out. No,
Like, you imagine he just closes the hinges.
All right.
yeah.
He's basically closed the hinges. He's basically created a barrier or a barricade.
Yeah.
Now,
fair enough.
as this happens, there's a gurgling that comes from behind Vigag. The bubbling cauldron begins to spew forth what looks to be vials of this toxic substance onto the floors. All of a sudden,
No! No! Damn you! Serious!
rising up from the cauldron are the bodies of undead, partially cooked and melted people. One of which is the twisted body of Vigag's student Clyde, who vibrates, spasming wildly before as it rises up.
No, not
All right.
Clyde.
Now, we have had a plot twist from Tasvrael, which has come through. And I've been waiting for just the right moment. I was hoping that they'd get here a little bit earlier, but but now we have a plot twist. Now, guys, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, when you are sitting here and watching the Dead Aussie Gamers channel, you are not in the audience seat. You are behind the GM screen with me. The channel points to some of the ways that you guys can influence the game. Also, I'm in chat, so feel free to throw out suggestions, ideas, because I use them. It's what I do, because I love you guys. All right. Ah, what spooky sounds, and the plot twist is... Oof. That's a rough one.
Uh-oh.
Moment of indecision.
No! Demiro, you're moving.
Vagag.
Yeah.
As the body of Clyde rises to its feet, you don't see a zombie. You don't see the undead. You see Clyde, your student. The warm smile on his face, still full of life, his cheeks rosy. He always had a look when he was studying under a large oak tree back at the university, the sun glistening off him as he appreciated all the bountiful joys that nature brought. You see that face across his. You think it was all a dream. Clyde is actually fine. The groaning you heard, he was actually okay.
I'll give him a hug.
All right, we're going to go into initiative. And we're going to
help me fight these zombies.
Clyde, help us. All right. After rolling initiative, we are starting with none other than Esther. Esther, it is your turn.
Sorry, what was that?
Sorry, my apologies. I will turn the music down a little bit. It is
I get
Esther's turn.
advantage on rolls. So does Tim because of our weapon.
I'm not sure it
reroll.
gives it to us. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys.
Well, I got a. I'm number 1. I think I rolled a 1, so I would have to have had at least a reroll.
All right.
I just
It's
roll.
my turn? Okay.
It is
Sorry.
Esther's turn.
Okay, thank you.
That's an 8. It would move me up some, but
Okay. Trying to find something again.
Oh Jesus.
All right. So let's see.
Technically, Demiro would go first, I think. He's
Oh,
got
yes.
reroll.
Oh,
I
so
didn't roll initiation. Sorry, let me do that.
hold
I
on.
rolled
So
just
so Demiro, do you get to roll twice and take the higher, right?
That's what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. My apologies, Esther. Demiro, you actually go first.
Well, I
Mine would be
guess
the
in this case, I'm happy to say that was what's this guy doing would be my
Yeah. Sure. All right. Esther, go first.
I was banking on you taking a turn so I could figure out.
Well,
Yes.
it's just the door is slammed shut from us, isn't it? So, do we have any inkling of what's going on inside? Any noises? Shout outs?
Probably hear me shouting out saying,
yeah.
Clyde, you're okay.
Yeah, you probably hear that.
Right. Well, since he's just jumped in and slammed that door, and it's probably a bit jammed after being smashed and then slammed shut again. Can I move over to this door instead and see if that's locked?
Going over to that door, the door is not locked, as that is the door that Cyrus exited from originally.
It's a second door.
That's nice. I was like,
I
shit.
never said there wasn't.
That's another door.
I'll open that up and have a look in. I don't know if would that be the action?
The action would be, opening up the door and peering inside. The zombie on the inside notices the door open, turns in your direction, and...
Zombies!
Clyde, help us fight.
All right. Vagag, it is your turn. 2 zombies stand next to you, approaching you. You know what? I growl better. I'm gonna do that.
I growl better.
Yeah, I like my growls.
I'm gonna back up into 5-foot step into Argento.
Mm-hmm.
So I can kind of back up from the zombies, just to kind of get some help from him. And then that's the action. So I think I can bonus action. Is that a bonus action? Let me double check. That is not. Okay.
All right, you move backwards, taking
Yeah,
cover by
I just move
Argento.
back. I say, Argento, Clyde's okay. We need to save him.
Argento, you can see in Vigag's eyes just this sense of desperation.
Yeah.
You know, even as an elder Goliath, normally full of wisdom and you know a little bit of pluck, he definitely looks desperate.
He was just resting.
Yeah.
He's pining for the fjords.
Let's take care of the zombies, I say.
All right, that is what Vigag does. Demiro.
Well, I was technically first.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's right. All right. The zombies. Now the zombie will move.
Esther didn't go.
Did Esther not go?
Was...
Oh right,
No,
Esther. I don't know what's
Esther was
happening in my
waiting for me to
initiative.
go so she could think about
I'm
what
sorry.
to do.
Oh, I know what happened because I moved Demiro in my initiative. It moved Esther around. Okay, Esther, my apologies. It is your turn.
It's okay. I'm just kind of freezing my ears. Okay. Let's see. May I wanna say I do look very, very worried, and I'm just gonna say, Cyrus, we would not want to disturb Lozevich any further, would we? This ruckus would certainly merit that.
Yes, lots of ruckus. But maybe if the stew just got out of hand, then Cyrus is not to blame. The master will not be angry at Cyrus.
You would not be to blame either way.
The stew got out of hand.
Stew, man, stew.
Yeah, that's really
I
good.
didn't do it. It was the
That's a good
soup.
excuse.
It had a little more bite than our guests were ready for.
Wouldn't it be your fault as well if the guests were to be harmed?
Maybe. But they might tell them that I have betrayed them.
Us?
The big horned one seems quite angry and did not want to leave the kitchen. I told him to leave the kitchen, but he didn't want to. So now he has to be part of the soup. Also, the other one seems to be giggling. I feel he's gone mad.
Save me, Clyde! Help!
You know what? You know what?
There's just horse soup.
One with the soup.
Where'd you go? To the soup store. No.
We would not say such a thing. We would not say such a thing if you to let them go.
Okay, you may make a persuasion check. I like it. I think there's enough
Nice.
merit there.
Okay.
Come on, Esther.
Persuasion?
Yep, persuasion, please.
Okay.
He'll probably still also throw in.
Are you sure he won't be angry? He seemed to smash doors with his hammer, and when I came in, he broke one of the barrels.
I mean.
Don't lie to me, because this persuasion could become a deception very quickly.
I'm sorry. One second. What do you want me to do? Persuasion or deception? I'm
Remember what I told you
It depends on what you.
sir.
It depends on what you tell him. If you tell him like it's gonna be fine. Argento's a forgiving sort of person. He won't hold grudges.
No, I can pull that one off.
Just hear the next room.
Yeah, that'd definitely be a deception. But if you're trying to convince him and say that no, we promise we won't tell anyone, then that'll be a persuasion. Because I don't imagine Esther will try to get
Remember
this
the
guy
oath.
killed.
The oath I gave you, Esther, way back.
Ooh, not bad. I'm gonna make this guy do a wisdom check.
Okay, well, if you're certain.
He pulls out his key and he puts it in the door. He jiggles it a little bit. On his turn, he will open the door.
You are the
Nice.
chef.
All right. Now the zombies. Oh, actually, that's not these zombies. These zombies don't go yet. No, it's Clyde.
There's more. Oh no!
All right,
Clyde,
hold
my
on.
boy, come here.
Hold on, wait. I need a moment. Audience, I love you guys, but give me 2 seconds. I just need.
Clyde, my boy,
All right.
come over here.
Like on Buddy Dale. He just needs a hug.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Master Vagog? Is that you? It's so cold. I don't know where I am. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Come towards my voice. I can help you.
I think I sense you. I'm coming, Master. Please don't leave me.
I won't leave you.
It's so dark. It's so...
Don't fight me, Clyde!
All
Why
right.
have I taught you all those years?
Yeah, he's absolutely gonna bite. He's gonna bite the crap out of you.
Ouch!
All right. Oh, dang!
Oh shit.
Oh no! Oh
Revenge for last Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, this is
Alright.
all right. That is
no.
ladies and gentlemen, that is a critical hit on my dear friend Neil.
We had a long rest. I'm going to pull up the clock and I'm going to click. Set back time.
Yeah, I don't believe you've used your rewind time since you've last rested. So thankfully, Vagog, if you you know what, I'm gonna add a bit of pressure to you, really, Neil. This is
Okay.
me, the GM, giving you a bit of pressure. You ready? I want
I'm
you to
ready.
describe you activating this power in as narrative detail as you can.
And you got 10
I'm going
seconds.
I'm going to embrace the bite, kind of holding it, Clyde, and then I take out the pocket watch from my pocket, my shirt pocket, and I'm going to put my magic into it and click.
All right, as you click, there's a tear as flesh and blood rip from your arm, and then a few moments later, as the bite reverses, the wound stitches, and the jaws leap back up. Everyone moves backwards in time for a fleeting moment as once again Clyde lunges at you.
Okay, just don't crit again.
Oh,
As you snatch your arm away at the last minute, he misses with his chomping teeth of ivory.
It's okay, Clyde. Just be patient.
Suddenly, springing into action, the tiny gnomish NPC, Sir Lancelin, enters the fray. Seeing what Esther has done, he steps forward and says, "Out of my way, filthy old man! Do not fear, for Sir Lancelin Tim is here! I shall protect you, Vagog! Do not worry!"
Just don't hurt this one.
you still don't want him to hurt it.
He looks at you, he looks at the
Proceed
zombie.
to hurt that
Don't hurt it!
This is my student.
That's a dead person! I'm
He's
afraid your
alive.
student is lost, Vagog! Gone to the ether! From whence there is no return beyond the veil!
I just
Teaches dead
stand-
people.
I
Only
stand
they don't
tall
know that
over
they're
him and I
dead.
say, "Persuade me. Tell me
Persuade
he's
me."
dead."
He punches you in the nuts.
Oh!
He's sick of
Auto
this.
crit.
He's sick of your tall boy crap.
Yeah.
Make
Auto
a
crit.
make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh gosh.
It doubles you over straight into the mouth.
So basically, as you've stood up as tall as you can, this gnome, who by the way is of course still a gnome, It's like I said, this is not the first time you've kind of tried to size up to like, you know, this one particularly angry gnome who definitely has a Napoleon complex. Without hesitation, he basically takes his fist, balls it up, and whaps you one in the happy sack. You just suddenly, whoo! It takes you a few moments, and you keel over, and he goes, "There, are you convinced?"
I'm convinced. And I'm gonna say I'm prone from that, so I'll fall over.
Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, that will take his action, and he will not get to attack this round. The not so happy sex. Yeah,
so
that's
happy
right. All right. Later on, Sir Lancelin became the founder of the Knights of the Cockknockers. All right.
Sorry.
All right, Argento, it is your turn.
Yes.
What do you want to do, mate?
All right, so the first thing I want to do is I want to cast Hold Person on, what's his name? Clyde, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just want to cast Hold Person on Clyde.
All right.
So he'll be petrified and won't move.
Very well.
So I just drag that over to Clyde, I guess. I don't know what to do with that. How do I cast it?
Oh, that's fine.
Yes, I guess save.
He'll have to make a saving throw. So, as you gaze at him through your dragon's eyes, they begin to glow with this bioluminescence that ensnares Clyde. He makes his saving throw.
Yeah.
And with a natural 1, he reaches out with his body yet again to try and scratch and grab at Vagag, but his body then stiffens.
Nice. Sweet. All right, so that's my first action.
And freezes.
And with my bonus action, I want to do Searing Smite. So I've obviously gone into that, and I'm going to step over Vagag, and attack this little zombie right here with my Warhammer.
All right, very well. You move around Vagag.
Yeah, step over me.
Yeah, you kind of step over him. He's still kind of keeling over from the blow from Sir Tem. As you swing this flaming warhammer across your head and slam it, bang, across the jaw of this zombie. Roll your damage.
So the first one I'm going to do is just the normal damage.
No. Remember, didn't we add in the Searing Smite?
I've done it I'm doing it at level 2, so I get 2 d6 dice, not just one, and that was just 1 d6.
We can do another d6.
I'll just roll 2 d6s if that's cool.
Yeah, but if it's improved, we can just quickly. Sorry, one moment, everyone. By the way, this is welcome to Fantasy
Well, it all
Grounds.
depends on what level I take it. So if I take it at 1, it's only 1 d6, but if I take it at level 2, it's 2 d6.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, look, again,
so-
we can make that.
Yeah.
We can do that next time. That's fine. But yeah. We can,
So I'll do +2 and 2 d6. 3. Wow.
all right.
But anyway, that gives us 8. Looks like.
8. Very well. 8 points of damage to this particular zombie. It is still up.
I didn't seem to have rolled another d6 in there. It just says 1d8 plus 4 and then 1d6.
Yeah, it didn't. So roll another d6 for us real quick.
Okay.
Oh,
nice.
that'll kill it. All right,
Looking
as your
out for
flaming
Hero.
smite hits his jaw, the flames blow out the side of his head, and the headless corpse lies on the ground. 2 zombies remain.
So then I quickly, just as I'm standing there, I look over to Sir Tim and say, leave. I point to sort of Clyde and say, leave him. To give him an idea that, we're not going to attack him.
All right. Sir Tem looks at you and looks at Vagag. Looks at the student, then looks back at Vagag. He then sighs. He has almost like a pitiable look as he looks at Vagag, who's writhing on the ground, and then turns his attention to the other zombies. Cyrus. I don't know. Maybe this is. Run! And He's going to turn and start running.
Run.
Also, hey, Matthew Perkins, DM. Welcome, mate. I hope that you are having an absolutely banger of a day. Guys, if you have not checked out Matthew Perkins, guys, what are you doing with your life? Go check out his channel. His YouTube channel is filled with some amazing stuff, and his Twitch channel is just one of the most chill hangouts that you're ever going to find. Matthew Perkins,
go and do that
DM.
now?
Yeah, if you want to, go do it now. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Like, just-
Was
yeah, go follow right now. That's it.
Wasn't Cyrus supposed to
Follow
open the
me.
door?
Yeah, but Sir Tem kind of did it.
He. Oh, okay, there you go. So
Yeah.
Now he's run off.
Now he's run
Cyrus
off.
is
Now,
running.
now he's like,
Okay.
You'll never take me alive, coppers.
yeah, he's running for it. He's bolting for it. All right.
The blue shell.
These zombies once again begin to move. As it goes and bites Argento, but misses. You managed to fill its mouth with the handle of your warhammer. It bites down on the steel as you kind of force this thing back away from you. The second zombie runs at Sir Tem, and once again tries to slam into him. Oh, but he manages to hit. Sir Tem, because of his shorter size, has just all this weight now coming down as this zombie barrels in on top of his head. Sir Tem cops 4 points of damage.
Is Sir Tim within 5 feet of me?
Yeah.
I'm going to use my interceptor trait, which means I can take off 1d10 plus my proficiency of damage that's done.
He has taken 4 damage, and
So I'll roll 1d10, and then plus my proficiency will come off as
yeah,
total
yeah, by
damage
all
that's
means.
done.
So that's all of it.
Pretty much, if I get high enough.
That's
So
exactly
what's
all
my
of it.
Yeah, what's my proficiency too? I think.
I think it's
No.
3 at the moment.
It should be 3,
3,
yeah.
3. Yeah, so 5. So yeah, he's back down to 0.
All right, and you have absorbed 4 points of damage from him. All right, so as Sir Tem braces, preparing for the zombie to attack, Argento, you step in front, and the teeth sink into your shoulder. As it does so, Sir Tem sort of looks up at you, and he goes,
You don't have to protect me because I'm small, you know.
It's all right. It's just what I do, Tim. Sir Tim.
He kind of smiles and prepares once again for glorious battle. As we return to Esther, who is outside, you've watched as Cyrus has moved through the doors nearby.
Demir goes before me, right? Because of his advantage on initiative thing.
No, we've moved him down a little bit.
Got it. Okay, just want to make sure. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. So Cyrus is running away, and then there's this. Okay.
Just imagine.
I can keep doing that, by the way.
way. He just runs so fast that he comes back up the side.
He just falls down the stairs. No.
Okay. Let's see. So, Demir, are you still gonna go inside with that door? Or you're gonna. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I thought you had already gone through. I was trying to figure that out. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to figure out how it would work if I used Turn Undead to just get them to move away at this point, because I'm trying to figure that out.
Okay.
I'm
Sorry. Is it, no, that's fine. Is it a bit loud? I
No,
can't.
it's okay. It
No, it's
just,
fine. I will lower it a little bit. Okay, carry on.
He's a scooter.
Okay. So, did you want to enter?
I guess so. If I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. So, upon entering, you can see that one of the zombies has been intercepted by Argento and is currently being blocked away from Sir Tem. The second went for Vagag and is still nearby, while Clyde the zombie, who is, of course, the redhead zombie there, is... Demira's student is currently paralyzed, frozen in place.
Okay.
So he did get paralyzed.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
If I could tell what their challenge rating was, then I would probably do this because I can destroy them if they're certain challenge rating. But since I can't, I guess I can still try it if I would want.
By all means. Would you like to?
I'm sorry. Sure. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay. So please cast your spell.
Well, they have to make a save, but count divinity.
Ah, very nice. Okay. So each of these need to make a save. What saving throw do they require?
Let's see. It requires saving throws. Well, it would be nice if it told me exact. Where? I'm sorry.
No, that's
I'm
fine.
trying to find it. Wisdom.
All right. Fantasy grounds. Oh wait, hold on. Wait one minute.
We need the
Dear
yes.
Fantasy Grounds, I have used your product for many years, and I am quite a fan of it. As a GM, I find that it allows me to do a bunch of very useful things, and of course, stay above and beyond prepared for every campaign. However, I roll like garbage. Please help.
Please help.
Love that. P.S. I'm going to try this save again, and if I fail, I'm coming for someone. God damn you. You know, only on my stream can I choreograph sketches like that for you guys, because my goddamn luck in this freaking program. Okay, fine, whatever. Yes, both of them fail, absolutely.
I mean, you did start the combat with a crit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
That's true, but I got it taken away from me.
You got it.
I still got it.
So does Klein not have to make the saving throw?
Did you want to target Clyde as well?
Well, it's
I'm sure
and
it's
it's all in within 30 feet of me that I can see or hear me.
I would, you know what? Because he's paralyzed, I would allow, because of the interaction between the hold spell and, of course, the spell that you're casting, that simply it can't move. So you know it'll be fine for you to not target it if you want to.
Okay. And then I'll go ahead and not do it. And
It would be amusing if it destroyed him.
because they can destroy undead if they are a challenge rating of 1/2 or lower.
Well,
All right,
attacking
sorry.
it doesn't release it from its petrified state either. On this.
When an undead fails its saving throw against your turn undead feature, the creature instantly is destroyed if its challenge rating is low. If its challenge rating is at or below a certain threshold, and for 5th level, it's 1/2 or lower.
And then a splash of soup as they land on the floor. All right. Now, given the nature of this, I presume that you guys wish to restrain and bind the undead Clyde.
I will attempt to, yeah.
Okay. This will bring us out of combat. Now, with the last reminiscences of this semi-liquefied bodies sprayed across the floor, the green cauldron of soup still boiling away, a slightly burnt smell now filling the room as it has been on the boil for quite some time, the only zombie remaining is the red-haired half-elf named Clyde. The zombie used to be the student of Vagag, one of the 3 students who got lost in Barovia that the teacher was here to find, and find one he finally has. The zombie, now tied up and thrust to the ground, sits still trying to snap and bite at those who get close. Vagag, Argento, Esther, and Demiro, as well as Sir Tem, take a moment of reprieve in order to decide what the fate of this zombie should be.
Sir Lanson, there's no current way to turn a zombie back into a human, is there not?
Well, there was a way to undo the vampirism if it was early on set. It's not to say it wouldn't be impossible to undo zombieism, but that would also be a ritual that we don't know, unfortunately.
Hey, quick question. Didn't you say earlier he was missing body parts?
Yes, he's also missing.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's more that he's got bits that have been shaved off, but he as a body is still
okay.
mostly in
Okay.
whole.
I mean, one would assume that any ritual to undo this would also be bringing him back.
Yes.
So
Well,
there's an element of healing magics involved with that.
I must speak up. I don't know the circumstances surrounding you and this particular zombie, but it should be known.
Actually, sorry. Give me 2 seconds. I need to get into character. Swoop.
Whoop.
Ahem. Now, I know that I have only known you for a short period of time, and I have yet to truly understand and learn what connects you to this place and why you have all come to such a dangerous conclusion as to assaulting Strahd's castle. But this person seems to be important to you, and so I say this in absolute earnest. If they were important to you now or ever, then you should let them rest. Give them a proper burial. For all those within this realm suffer to eternally exist under the rule of Strahd, and it is no one's place to remain in this state forever.
You turn to the zombie.
You're absolutely right, Sir Lancelin. I had no doubt in the first place that this was going to be how it ends, but there's always a little bit of hope, isn't there? And I'm going to walk over to the body.
I wonder what would have happened if we'd had Esther's headband of intellect and placed it on the zombie.
That's an interesting twist. That'd be
Right.
cool.
Clyde.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna.
Oh, go ahead.
I got this. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you are joining us in chat, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today. We are playing Curse of Strahd, the D&D 5th edition adventure, thanks to, of course, none other than Hero Forge for our lovely artwork here, and Sirenscape for the ability for me to be able to do this.
This awkward silence.
All right, Vagag, you approach the zombie of your student, Clyde. Former druid, lover of all things in the natural world, owner of a pet sparrow.
Is the sparrow undead? No? No.
The sparrow's not here. Could be anywhere.
Clyde, along with Soren and Jade, you might not have been one of the most brightest students, but you're definitely one of my favorites. I know teachers can't have favorites, but I'm sorry this has to be like this. I'm gonna find. Do druids have holy symbols?
Yes. You believe his holy symbol was attached to his book through a bookmark.
I'm gonna find the book that he has on him if it's still on him.
By his side, you see a leather-bound tome. You reach over to it. Now, back in the day, you recall being in a large university room with a number of different students. And you saw Clyde sketching pictures as he looked out the window, wanting to be out there rather than being in his in the classroom. You recall banging a small ruler on the top of his head as you see him sketching pictures of birds and wildlife, pressing flowers and the like. He smiles very sheepishly as you kind of shake your head. And the book you now hold in your hand is a book containing all of these drawings. The flora, the fauna. And as you turn to the final few pages, you see that they are stained red. They outline pictures that tell a story. The group and a wagon passing by a tree. Another sight, the glorious gates to Barovia, flanked by 2 immense statues of soldiers. A campfire with friends. A sudden battle. A troll tearing apart one of the soldiers, ripping them in twain. A flight through the forest. Falling down a hill and breaking a leg. Treating his wounds and some medicinal herbs pressed between the pages. A search for water. Eventually, being approached by a beautiful man described as being reflective of moonlight and a hand being outstretched. Then suddenly, nothing. As if the pages themselves went quiet, the books remains empty. But on the very, 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 very last page is a picture of you and your students.
I will tell everybody of how great your drawings were. I'll hang on to this so that people will know how great Clyde was, how great of a druid he was. You can keep this, however, and keep it in the afterlife. And I will put the holy bookmark on his chest. I will stand up, kind of back up a tiny bit, like just back up like a foot, and I say, "It was a pleasure to be your teacher, and it was a pleasure of having you as a student." And then I'm going to put my hands up, I'm going to cast Chilling Touch, and we're going to use the spectral hand to kind of smother the face of the zombie to quiet it.
As you place your hand over the face of the zombie, ice begins to chill the flesh. And the zombie moves no more. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we are going to end today's session.
Not the brightest student in life, but in death, all about those brains.
Yep. Oh, that was terrible. Okay. So guys, thank you so much. Rabbit, you've just come in as we've just wrapped up. Oh man, and you missed such a good thing. You know what? I hope that someone will highlight or clip the last little bit. If not, I will definitely try to just check out the VOD and watch the last 10 minutes. Holy crap, that was a whole thing. Yeah. I'm feeling amped. I'm feeling pumped. I'm feeling
I got butterflies and goosebumps at the same time.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I feel. So guys, look, before we sign off, of course, we're going to be doing a couple of little things here. Number one is we are, of course, going to do a quick round of memorable moments where we ask our lovely players about the most memorable moment of today. And of course, we we are going to answer any questions that our audience may have. Now, guys, as always, you are here behind the GM screen. You guys are here with me playing this game and running it. So I want to thank each and every one of you before we start, just because you guys are so inspiring for these games, and I super appreciate every single one of you being here. Everyone who talks in chat, and even people who lurk around. You guys make these games so much fun. All right, so as we are gathering questions from our audience, which can even include what happened today, let's start with Esther. Esther, what was your most memorable moment for today's session?
Well, I think it was Jinto's reaction to the cat. He did very well.
I couldn't agree more.
Thanks, Esther.
Argento dealing with finding his tribe, his people, his ancestors being preserved in a cask of blood for Strahd was, I mean, your reaction was so good. It was such a great roleplay moment where you actually got to to really delve into the characters' motives and the backstory and stuff. I mean, I think that was quite beautiful and very well roleplayed as well. Could not agree more. Demiro, what was your most memorable moment?
My most memorable moment is all I can picture now for our future is after Argento just smashing his way through everything, is us running out the front door with Strahd standing there shaking his fist at us.
Joe, those damn kids. Oh, it's the last time I leave the servants' entrance open. Where's my dog's body? I need to beat something. Oh no, absolutely. No, I think this has been like a very interesting dungeon crawl with a lot of characterization in it as well. So that's been cool. That's been very cool. Argento, most memorable moment.
Well, first, thanks for the kind words, everybody, especially Esther. And then, I think being a new player, it's tough to really get into it, but now getting into the role-playing side of it's pretty cool. I like doing that. But most memorable moment is at the end there. I was just playing along, but I couldn't help but actually feel almost a part, like an emotional attachment to what was happening. It was pretty cool the way Neil was playing it, and I didn't know. Part of me was like, should I not let Neil kill his own student? Should I do that for him so he doesn't have to wear that? But I just let it play out. I thought it was really good at the end, and it was just there was everything within me took me from having. I was going to put my hand on you, Neil, and be like, it's okay. And as you turned around, I was going to have bird feathers in my mouth from the sparrow.
You ate the sparrow, you jerk!
I didn't. But I honestly though, that was really cool at the end. I thought very well done by Neil and how it all played out. So that was really good.
No, awesome. Neil, favorite moment?
The moment I realized that was my student after about 2 minutes of not realizing it was my student.
That was gold. Like, because yes, to reiterate, one of Vigag's students was found deceased and became a zombie, and Neil had actually given me the Hero Forge miniature token to make for this specific game. So this is the people that he was looking for, and Neil, the player, hadn't recognized the token, was just like, yeah, we found a dead body. Yeah, it's a dead body. It's a dead body. and then Argento, like, who had never ever like heard any description of Vigag's student, was like, by the way, Vigag, what do your students look like? And he's just sitting there going, oh yeah, the first one looked like this, the first one looked like that, and he couldn't quite remember what the other one was, and so he had to look at his little thing, and you could see him like looking through, like, what did they look like?
Was like?
And then he came across.
I'm like,
yeah, and then he came across his own mini, and he was like, oh no! And you could see it on his face, like the moment he realized it was, oh no! Oh, it was awesome. It was very, very cute, very cool. No, that was damn adorable. I think my favorite moment was for me Argento dealing with Cyrus. Like just everything about we should be moving on, we should be traveling, and Argento's like, but what's behind this door? This is the kitchen. Oh well, I want food. No, you can't have food. Oh, I'm getting food. No, you shouldn't. Yeah, I'm getting food. Bang! What are you gonna do now? I'm inside, old man. I was like,
Oh, this is his body. Oh, shit.
all right. It was either that or when Vigar got punched in the happy sacks when he tried to stand up to the paladin.
That
No,
was good.
you know, it's like no, do not raise your crotch
Not
up to
kill
eye
my
level for me.
Oh.
So rude, so rude. Anyway, so yeah, those are my favorite moments. All right, we got a couple of
There you
questions
go.
here. So the first of all is from Tasfriel. The people in the wine, are they in the book or are they my doing? So we are running Curse of Strahd as in the book for the most part, but I am adding my own flair to different things. There are many types of GMs out there in the world, and I, for the one, am a very character-driven GM. A very narrative-driven GM, and for me, if I can change little elements of my game to suit my player's backstory, then I absolutely will. In this case, Argento's backstory is that his entire family, his clan was wiped out, and he has no recollection of who or what had happened of it. But we have discussed before that he is basically blocked out due to the PTSD what had actually occurred, and of course, you know, to involve him in the story, it was Strahd in some capacity. So for this one, this is kind of like, why did Strahd cross a dimension to go kill a bunch of random Dragonborn? And in this case, we now have an answer to that. And that is, of course, because Dragonborn are a particular and very special vintage of the Count. At least my version of the Count. So there you go.
Yeah.
Next room you pass, let him just say, this is our spider chamber. We keep spiders in here. Small ones for the webs and large ones for nosy paladins. Nice. I like that, AK.
like that.
All right, and another big shout out as well, guys. If you have not checked it out, BW Rabbit Girl is another wonderful Twitch streamer. She does a bunch of awesome game streams, including a community, what's it called? Cards Against Humanity game as well, which it's a wholesome, fun, and entertaining show. So definitely go check her out as well. Thank you, everyone.
One more question as well.
Oh, there was?
About the plot twists, because unfortunately we got too many people now.
Yeah, okay, so yes, only 3 channel points. Yes, okay, so here's how plot twists are going. So the thing is, as much as I mean, I don't want to capitalize on plot twists at all. Normally what we've done up until recently is we've done everyone throw out a plot twist. That's when we had like 10 people doing it, which is fine, and I kind of felt bad because we'd never get through everyone's plot twists. So what I've done instead is I've made it a channel point reward. I've kept it reasonably low, so you guys can actually claim the channel point reward. I will draw a random plot twist card, and then, yeah, we will absolutely... yeah, Cards Against Humanity wholesome. I say wholesome as in it is good-spirited and fun and well-natured. There you go. Oh no, daffodilly flowers! That's okay. The VOD is going to be up, and I will post some links there. Actually, I should probably do that now. I've got to promote myself. Don't promote myself.
What do you mean you don't want your entire session to be plot twists?
There you go. All right. Yeah, well, that was pretty much it. Yeah, that was basically it. If we had 40 plot twists, then of course we're gonna delay everything up. So basically, we now have the plot twists as channel points. They will guarantee be used when we use them. So yeah, be sure to save up for them, because we also got some cool stuff like wandering NPCs, wandering boss monsters as well. So yeah, there's a number of rewards now. So yeah, 2,000 points for a plot twist. Yeah, that for me is pretty reasonable. There you go. Recommend Red Flags as an alternative to CHs. Yeah, that is a good one. All right, so now guys, if you want to check out the VOD and the like, it will live up here for a little while, but if you want to check it out later, there is a Dead Aussie Gamer live YouTube channel that has all my live shows. I am not promoting it in any kind of way. It is just where all my live stuff lives. So if you like it, go like that. If you don't subscribe to it, if you don't,
go watch that stuff.
Yeah, it's basically a place for you to watch stuff. If you don't subscribe to it, I'm not going to lose any sleep. But hey, go check it out. If you want to take a seat on the table with one of these guys or on any of the other shows that I currently run, head on over to my Patreon page for $50 a month, which is like just over $10 a game. That means don't go to Macca's like once a week, and you can sit down and play a game with me. And this is the quality of the game that you get. So yeah, if you want to do that, head on over to my Patreon page. Come say hi on Discord, because I love chatting with people. I love meeting people and sharing all the passions about role-playing games as well. Don't worry about my Facebook page. Twitter's okay. Yeah, you can go check out my Twitter. And my YouTube channel, I have a bunch of cool advice that I gather from people in Discord who ask me questions, and I answer them on YouTube. So yay. There we go. Have to look at the VOD. So that'll be able to leave. Yeah, Barovia is an amazing setting. The Curse of Strahd game is absolutely incredible. And I think it was mentioned before by Lantern. Back in the day, the Strahd book was actually a lot more condensed. What they've expanded it into and how much stuff you actually get to play with is absolutely phenomenal. I reckon I could play that for a year or two and not even come close to touching everything that's in that book. So I'm very excited to be playing it with these people. I hope they're excited to be playing it with me. And I hope you guys are excited to be here, because we will be here next week, bang on at 8 p.m. EST or
WST.
WAW. Yeah, let me get that right. 8 p.m. AWST, which is Australian Western Time, Aussies, and it will be on in the morning, AEST for you fellows in America. So there you go. That is it. That is it for me. Now we're gonna go raid someone. Let's go raid someone. You can go a year and not even get to the castle. Yeah, tell me about it. I've definitely seen those streams. They happen. They abso-freaking-lutely happen. All right, who is up and about and doing stuff at this time of day? Probably someone from Japan or someone from Russia. We have.
Maybe, but no.
We have the Fourth Culture. Now, the Fourth Culture is a wonderful group. They, I've recently come upon them. They are a group of Southeast Asian and a variety of different streamers. And I highly recommend you give them a follow. So remember, guys, if we jump into there and you happen to be a subscriber, don't forget to give them the good old Aussie, or spam their emotes with all the dead Aussies, because we want to raid them with the horde of undead. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. Another big shout out and thank you to our sponsors, Hero Forge and Sirenscape, for all the wonderful tools that we get to play with. And another very, very big thank you, of course, to my wonderful players who are Patreons, and a special thank you to Neil, who, by the way, Neil, where can people find you and your cool stuff?
You can find me over on Immersion Diversion. I do video games. I do tabletops. The current tabletop I'm doing is one for Pokemon. So if you're interested in seeing what a Pokemon tabletop is like, come and hang out with us tonight. Actually, it would be 7 now. We're doing a little early because my player's out of college. So it's 7 CST where we are. I'm in Minnesota, so I'm halfway. So it'd be 8 EST for you guys. And pretty much the same exact time, but for the morning, I guess, for you guys over in America or in Australia.
There you go. All right. Now, I was going to go and raid the Fourth Culture. However, they're doing a Jackbox party. So we're going to go and raid Sensei Suplex, because Sensei Suplex is doing some game prep stuff. So let's go and raid. Thank you once again, guys. And don't forget, if you hang out with the raid, you will get to earn those big dag dollary dues, so you can use them for your next game. Thank you so much, guys. And till next time, as always, from us to you, game hard or die trying. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good morning.
Good night, good morning, all the things.
All the things. Yeah.